A few tears now for protection later. Most mums in California vaccinate their children against measles, mumps and rubella and other illnesses, but especially now. This latest measles outbreak started here at Disneyland, California at the end of December, probably brought here by a visitor from another country. But it's now spread to dozens of cases across 7 states and Mexico. But the worst affected is California, despite having a comprehensive vaccine program for many years. The number of households opting out of vaccines is on the increase. And looking at the figures, the richer and more upscale the neighbourhood, the lower the vaccination rate. Less than half the children at this school have had the MMR jab, and there are some strong opinions to be heard at home time.
I felt like the worst of the two evils was to vaccinate them and have them have a negative reaction versus not vaccinate them and have them get sick for a week. Now that the measles is coming back, I will vaccinate my children, keep them safe from what's ever going around.
A friend of mine, her daughter developed autism shortly after her measles vaccinations. And so I did a lot of research and ultimately made the decision that the risk factors of getting the vaccination outweighed the risk factor of a measles outbreak.
I vaccinate. Vaccination is on par with parenting and religion. I think there's a lot of heated debates that happen around that, and I think a lot of misinformation. You know, we get this information, especially like this autism link with vaccinations, and when that information gets out there, whether it's a myth or not, people hang on to it, and so I think you have to debunk those myths.
The measles are so contagious, suspected patients come to a tent in the hospital car park to be assessed. It's dangerous but no longer a common illness. Here, it's taken extremely seriously.
Nowadays, people and even doctors rarely see cases of measles, so it's out of sight, out of mind. There really isn't a sense that measles is a problem anymore. You combine that with the fact that there's a lot of information out there, awful lot of it misinformation not based on science, that makes people worried that in fact there are dangers to these vaccines.
Airborne viruses love places like Disneyland, which has been praised by health officials for its response. The outbreak comes down to people's right to choose about vaccinations, for themselves and for those around them. Alistair Leith, BBC News in Orange County, California.